I'm Alma Langlois, and today I'm continuing my tribute to the all-American auteur who used his obsession with what he referred to as bountiful women into art.
Tits? What's this tits business?
I'm talking about Russ Meyer, and today's film is his magnum opus and testament to his entire filmmaking career, Supervixens. So for those of you with delicate sensibilities who need a trigger warning,
lighten up, Francis.
Supervixens is the odyssey of everyman Clint, who just wants to be left in peace to work his attendant job at Martin Boorman's filling station.
I'd recommend 1040.
Sounds like a good number.
Unfortunately, he's in a rather volatile relationship with his girlfriend, SuperAngel. Sure, she's a buxom glamour post who wants to have sex all the time, but she's also endlessly demanding, jealous, and abusive.
Shit, that's what I think of your threats!
Angel, bitch! Wait till I get your ass!
You're goddamn
Angel!
See now?
Hey, that's my
You're out my lovers, my premium staff!
Angel, don't do that!
No fucking
Wait.
class! No class!
What's the matter with you?
Son of a bitch!
Angel, damn it, that's my truck! You crazy bitch!
I wanted a Cadillac! Clint, you bastard! You son of a bitch!
Give me the ass!
She's kind of a monster, but I like her style, so I'm torn. Anyway, after a real knockout drag-out fight, SuperAngel kicks Clint to the curb for square-jawed macho cop Harry Sledge, a character who appeared previously in Russ's Harry, Cherry, and Raquel. But Harry's in a bit of a pickle. When SuperAngel's disappointed by Harry's inability to wield his nightstick, which of course she handles like a lady.
What's the matter, super stud Harry? All your other muscles gone limp too.
Harry decides to put a final end to her bad attitude.
About the sorry, foul-mouthed bitch I ever met in my life.
Clint, realizing he'll be blamed for the crime, is sent on a cross-country journey where he encounters an army of brassiere-busting Amazons who just want to rip his pants off. I'm sure he's eliciting a ton of sympathy from all you guys out there.
Sure!
There's Super Lorna, Super Haji, Super Cherry and her boyfriend Cal, who's played by none other than John Lazar from Beyond the Valley of the Dolls, sexually voracious farmer's wife Super Soul, jailbait Super Eula, who's played by Deborah McGuire, one of the 6 Mrs. Richard Pryors, and finally, SuperAngel reincarnated into Dream Girl, Supervixen. If you're paying attention, you'll note that all the film's women are named after his heroines from his earlier films with super added. And if you thought you saw the last of bad guy Harry Sledge, think again. Meyer's inspiration for Supervixens arose from 2 dark places. The first was his acrimonious divorce from his 3rd wife, which inspired him to write a movie reflecting on all his bad experiences with women. The second was the end of his contract with 20th Century Fox and the current state of his career in the industry. Due to the box office success of Vixen, 20th Century Fox offered Russ a 3-picture deal. Beyond the Valley of the Dolls performed well, but the 7 minutes, Russ's attempt at making a serious drama about censorship, didn't excite moviegoers, and he would not make a 3rd picture at the studio. Russ followed this up with Black Snake, which also didn't make any money. By the mid-70s, hardcore pornography and the infiltration of the mall multiplex that refused to play X-rated or sexploitation films meant diminishing returns for the kind of films Meyer specialized in making. He may have figured that Supervixens might be his last film, so he's going to give it his all. Fortunately for him, Supervixens grossed $17 million domestically. For a film conceived in bitterness, Supervixens is glibly surreal, and the film that most portrays Russ's influence of cartoons and comic strips with its anarchic comedy. There is some controversy about the violent confrontation between Harry Sledge and SuperAngel. The violence in that scene is simultaneously brutal and absurd, so I can see the odd tone upsetting people because they're not sure how to respond. but I can't see it being offensive since it's all tinged with an over-the-top cartoonish quality, like Meyer was doing a parody of a hard-boiled pulp paperback. And speaking of pulp paperbacks, there's something about this scene, the way it's staged, and, Harry Sledge's cigar, and the way he draws on those black leather gloves, that reminds me of my favorite book, The Killer Inside Me. The only thing I hate about that is now it's making me wish we had a Killer Inside Me adaptation starring Charles Napier and Shari Eubank.
Can I make you a drink, Harry?
Oh, no thanks. I'll just enjoy my cigar.
Oh, I like a good cigar, but I take it out of my mouth on occasion.
Underneath it all, the film is about male insecurities and fears about the hurt inflicted on them by women. I know there are people out there that like to keep spinning the narrative that all women are perfect and that men are the problem. But realistically, men don't own a monopoly on bad behavior. And some women are just jerks.
Heather, why can't you just be a friend? Why are you such a mega bitch?
Because I can be.
But in Russ Meyer's Battle of the Sexes, there's still a silver lining. The relationship between Clint and Supervixen is painted as the ideal. They care for each other, they appreciate each other as they are, they work well together, and they enjoy a passionate sex life. Academics and critics have blathered on in both florid and Orwellian terms, trying to figure out, is Russ Meyer a sexist filmmaker, or is he a feminist filmmaker? But unlike those boneheads, I don't like to pigeonhole people to fit into some small box, so I'm going to give you a different perspective. I think Meyer regarded women with a mix of awe and intimidation. Supervixen seems to really capture a teenage boy's view of women, where they're these indomitable goddesses who wield the ultimate power over men because of the desire they elicit from them.
Martin Borman, super service.
Who the hell is this?
Super Lorna.
Get off the line, bitch. I want to talk to Clint Ramsey. God damn it, you're the one he's been bowling.
Can't wait to strap on your groovy old man.
On the one hand, he's literally staring down their dresses, but it's more than sleazy leering. I think there's also a genuine appreciation. Camille Paglia wrote about Russ Meyer's female characters. His women had an exuberance and vitality you rarely see in films anymore. I said in my Vixen video that I love how Russ Meyer photographs women, and that I think he makes them look their most glamorous and beautiful. Frequent collaborator and Supervixen star Charles Napier said about Russ, he portrayed women as a work of art. Faster Pussycat Kill Kill star Tura Satana said, I think Russ loved women. He always put women on a pedestal. Even though he exploited the figure part of them, their sexuality, he still adored women. You could tell that from the way he always talked about his mom. And speaking of Russ Meyer women, one of the best things about Supervixens is my favorite Meyer leading lady, Shari Eubank, as SuperAngel and SuperVixen. Not only is she incredibly gorgeous, she has a fantastic flair for comedy. A former cheerleader, homecoming queen, and sorority girl from Farmer City, Illinois, Shari Eubank had some acting chops with a drama degree from Illinois Wesleyan University. Meyer had nothing but praise for Eubank for her acting prowess and willingness to withstand the rough and tumble of a Meyer shoot without any complaints. She had real guts, Meyer said. Co-star and Meyer regular Haji was the one that found Eubank for Meyer, working as a dancer at the Classic Cat. Haji said she was a damn good actress and didn't even know it. She was very forgiving, very naive, and a little too sensitive for this business. Eubank unfortunately left the business after starring in Chesty Anderson USN and returned to her hometown, where she worked as a school teacher. I bet those fathers like going to parent-teacher conferences. The other ace in Supervixens is Charles Napier as Harry Sledge, part of that nexus of great Kentucky character actors that also includes Warren Oates and Harry Dean Stanton. Napier joined the military after high school graduation and, with aspirations of originally becoming a basketball coach, worked as an assistant coach and an art teacher before pursuing a career as an actor. He met Russ Meyer accompanying his girlfriend to an audition for Harry, Cherry, and Raquel. His girlfriend didn't get the part, but Meyer thought Napier was leading man material.
Well, Charles Napier was in all his movies playing the square jaw. He was his Gregory Peck. He was the, if Russ had been gay, that's who he would go for. But Russ never had a gay bone in his entire body. But however, that was his ideal man.
He also worked as a journalist and photographer for the trucker magazine Overdrive. That was until around 1975 he was reduced to living in his truck in the parking lot of Russ Meyer's office.
Goddamn.
Fortunately, Alfred Hitchcock, being a huge fan of Supervixens, resulted in him being summoned to Universal Studios and was given a 1-year contract. Napier carved out a successful career as a voice and character actor, frequently collaborating with Jonathan Demme, who was a big Russ Meyer fan. I've also got to mention the actress who Russ referred to as a Watusi gun bearer, Uschi Digard, as the hypersex super soul. With all the different information floating around about her online, Uschi's past has become mythic, but I'm taking my information from the interview she conducted with Rialto Report. She was born in Switzerland and attended a strict convent boarding school. She was an avid reader and learned 5 languages just so that she could read her favorite works in their original language. Her love of languages led to work as a translator and saleswoman for a diamond merchant before she ended up as a popular pinup model. Her first collaboration with Meyer was also Harry, Cherry, and Raquel, where Meyer admired her toughness and work ethic. At the time of the interview, she said she had been married to her husband for 50 years. She also ended up helping Meyer take care of his mother when his mother was afflicted with dementia. What a lady. Join me next time for a sordid tale of drugs, self-destruction, and singles bars. I'm talking about Looking for Mr. Goodbar. Until then, stay sick.